Okay, in our next tutorial, we are going to take a look at what are referred to as plugins. Plugins are different types of tools and small programs that you can incorporate into your WordPress site. And I'm going to show you a couple that I typically install in any site that I develop just because they're very handy. Keep in mind, for anybody who might just be joining us, this tutorial is part of a series to teach you how to build a WordPress-based website from the ground up. The only thing that it doesn't show you how to do is how to install WordPress onto your hosting account. That's something that every host, whether it's GoDaddy or HostGator or Bluehost or anybody else, does a little bit differently. So you'll need to check with your hosting provider for those specifics, but it's typically very easy. Log into your hosting account, hit the WordPress button, and it installs usually. So let's get into plugins. Okay, once we're logged in, we're going to click on plugins, and you see installed plugins or add new. We will take a look at both of those. Let's give it a second to load up here. All right. Now you'll see that there are several plugins that are installed by default. I use GoDaddy, so there's a GoDaddy quick setup that I typically don't deal with. Jetpack is a good one for use with WordPress.com. It has a lot of features built into it. Let's see. Welcome to WordPress. I'm not going to worry about the ones that are already installed. You can check on those. You can read up on those and see what those are all about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add new. And the great thing about working with WordPress, as I've said, is that there are developers out there who will create these tools. Many of them are free. Most of them are very cheap. They may cost $50 to $75 at the most. You know, a lot of plugins are $10 to $12, depending on what you need. Even the more expensive ones, like I said, they may be $50 to $75. But if you were to have a programmer program something for you custom, it would be much more difficult to be able to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for Contact Form 7, which is one that I always install. Contact Form 7 is a way for you to be able to add a contact form to your website. I'm just going to install now. And once it's installed, we need to activate it. Now, different plugins are going to show up in different places. It will show up in your installed plugins list, as we see right here. And you notice now there's a new link for contact. Some plugins will show up in different areas in here, and you just have to find them sometimes. It comes with one default contact form. Now, I'm not going to go into detail in this particular tutorial on how to set up a contact form. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and edit that contact form, and you'll see that right here on the left-hand side, these are what are called shortcodes. There's a shortcode for your name. It's going to be a text box that the user can use to type in their name, email address, their subject. I usually get rid of that because I like to put in my own subject, and their message right here, and then there will be a submit button. Now these are referred to as shortcodes. Over on, if we scroll down, it's going to go to my email address because my email address is the default email address of the account. It's going to show who it's from, and it's going to show their email address. It's going to show the subject that I've indicated. I'm just going to change that subject instead of being a shortcode. Basically what happens is the subject here is going to pull from the shortcode here. So when they type in their subject up here, it puts that right there. So I'm going to change this just to say website contact. Oops, let me open that back up. So website contact, and then right over here is the message body. The your name corresponds to the text box, your name. So whatever the user types in that text box, if they come right over here, that's what's going to show up here. So it feeds into the form, and it shows up what the user types in the email address. All right. Like I said, going through how to actually create a form with Contact Form 7 is an entirely different tutorial that I may do later on, so I'm not worried about that. But I'm going to save the couple of changes that I made. And then right here is the shortcode that I need to add to the site. So if you just wanted to make a generic contact form, you could easily do that here. One other thing I need to do, since I removed the subject from here, I need to remove subject from here. I'll just say website contact. If I delete the shortcode and I put in just text, then that's what's going to show up every time. So I'm going to save that, and I'm going to copy this shortcode. Then I'm going to go to Pages, go to my contact page, and I am going to go to Visual View and just paste the shortcode in there and save it or update. With shortcodes are indicated by the little square brackets around it. You can paste them in text or HTML view or visual view, and they'll do exactly the same thing. So now I'm going to come back to my website, click on the Contact Us page, and we should see a contact form there. And there you go. There's the contact form with my name, my email address, my message, and a send button. Okay. So I'm going to put in my name, my email address, and a message. I hit send, and it was successfully sent. This is just a very simple, quick contact form that you can add into any WordPress-based site. Now, we'll get an email with that message, but I'm not worried about it right now. So let's take a look here, see if it shows up. There it is, and there is my contact. Testing 1, 2, 3, there's my message body. All right. The other plugin that I'm going to show you is called WordPress SEO. I'm also not going to go into great detail about how to use it. I'm just going to show you what it is. Search engine optimization is one of the most important parts of any website. So a great tool to install is WordPress SEO by Yoast. I'm going to install it now, and I'm going to activate it. Now, if you want to find a plugin that allows you to insert photo galleries, a plugin for slideshows, a plugin for video players, there are any number of plugins. All you have to do is go to Add New and search. Or you can go to Google and search for WordPress plugins for this, whatever it is that you happen to be looking for. And you're going to find a variety. You're going to find a wealth of different plugins. So let's go back to Pages, and I'm going to go to my home page. And I'm not going to go into detail about how to use this particular tool. Oops. I don't like that. I wish it would go away. Well, anyway, I'll worry about that later. I'm going to go back in and edit my page. Now, once I do that, I'm going to see a new tool down here for my WordPress SEO by Yoast. And what I can do is, instead of having this generic name, which I'm not exactly sure why that shows up like that, I'm going to put in my own page title. And the page title is very important for search engine optimization. This is the meta description, which if you do any kind of search, this is the sentence or two that shows up beneath the name of the website that you see on a Google search or a Yahoo search. This is the paragraph that shows up right beneath it to tell the user a little bit more about the site. It's limited to 156 characters, so you want to keep it fairly short. Okay, the page title should also be short. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and update. If I go back to my home page, you'll see this is my page title. So that's what I put in WordPress SEO. Now, search engine optimization is an entirely different tutorial. You could spend hours studying and researching and refining it. I just wanted to show you a couple of plugins that you can very easily install, and then show you how easy that it is to install plugins.